This video ain't gonna be like the usual videos where there's fast edits. I want this video to be realistic and a sit down talk between me and you. I wanna put a video together of everything I've learned from the ups, the downs, the positives, of things I wish I started earlier and things that I've learned. One of the things, and the first thing I wanna start off by saying is, all work works. That is the first point that I've learned. Now that might not make sense to some people. All work work. What does that mean? I got this quote from a man called Myron Golden, and he says that all things that you do, everything you do works. The problem is when you are doing something, when you're pursuing a goal, in that journey, you can forget that the process is in fact more important than the goal. All work works. It means that the work that the thing is doing on you, the grind, the skills you'll learn, the pain, the setbacks, everything you will learn along the journey is more important than the final destination. You ask many millionaires, you ask many successful people, how many times did it take you to finally reach your final product? How many times did you fail before reaching this great business? And you hear a lot of them say, I failed 9 times, I failed 10 times. This is my 7th business, my 8th business. Why? Because along the journey, all the skills, the setbacks, the failures that they learned was more important than the end goal. The second thing that I've learned is that time is more valuable than money. If I offered you £1 million right now, would you take it? Answer in the comment section if you'll take it. I mean, everyone would say yes, right? Everyone would say yes. I would take £1 million 100%. Why not? For free? Why not? But the twist was, what if I told you you only have 3 more days to live? Now, what would the answer be? For many reasonable sounding people, the answer would be no. Why? Because time is more valuable than money. Yes, you have £1 million, but you only have 3 days to spend it, 3 days to live with £1 million. Is it worth it? No. Why? Because time is the most powerful, the most valuable asset we have. And this world that we live in has tried to psyop us into believing that time is less valuable than money. See, the funny thing is, every single day as we speak, as we are speaking right now, they are printing money. Before, back in the days, money used to be backed by gold. It meant that every dollar you had, every pound you had was backed by physical gold. Whereas now, that is no longer the case. So they are literally printing money as we speak. So why is it that we tend to value money more than our time? Now this leads me into my number 3. This is a quote that might not make sense at the start, but it is of high value. The sting of rejection is better than the pain of regret. And I'm like, yo, that is so true. If I was to ask you what is the most valuable place in this world, what would your answer be? Leave it in the comment section below. But for many, they'll be like, maybe a kingdom, maybe a palace, maybe the lands, the mines in Congo, maybe minerals, or maybe Dubai. But he said the most valuable place in this world, in this universe, is the graveyard. And I sat down, when I heard it, I was like, what do you mean, the graveyard? That doesn't even make sense. The graveyard, he said, yeah, in the graveyard, you will find dreams that were never ever explored. You will find ideas that were never given birth to. You will find concepts that people were too scared, were too afraid to pursue, and they died with it 6 feet under. And I said, oh, that makes sense. The graveyard is the most valuable place in the world because there you will find many people who had things that they wanted to pursue. They had ideas that they wanted to start, concepts that they wanted to bring into reality, but the fear of judgment, the fear of rejection, the fear of what other people would think. This means that we should live our life like we've only got one life, because it's true, we do. And once we die, it's gone. So what's the point of living life limited, restricted, when you could literally have an idea that could change your whole family's genealogy, change everything about you in the space of a few years? Whether you try to do everything perfectly, some people will still judge you. So what's the point of living under fear when we've been given this life and won the battle already? Now, the fourth thing I've learned now, which I think is very significant, is the power of compound interest. What is compound interest? Many of you guys may ask. Compound interest is when the thing you are working on begins to work by itself and it outgrows, it outshines, it outdoes your own efforts. Let me use numbers to explain this. Let's say you're someone who invests in the stock market and you put £1,000 in. That £1,000 will be hard to acquire. You will have to work to acquire it for some. But let's say you continue investing, and that £1,000 now grows to £10,000. That £10,000 will now begin to grow by itself, will now begin to generate interest by itself because it's £10,000, because it's much bigger. Meaning that at the start, at the beginning of anything, you will have to suffer. You will face setbacks, you will face disappointment, you'll face failures. And it will be hard, like I said. But once you begin getting into routine, once you begin investing that money, the more the skill set, the more the experience, the more the thing will start to pile up. And eventually that thing that you've built will begin to snowball and work for itself. But what you had to do was suffer, you had to learn, you had to acquire the skills, you had to gain the experience, you had to go through rejection, setbacks, disappointment to initially build that thing. But once it's rolling, it will begin just a domino effect, the snowball effect, and working by itself with less effort that you had to put in at the start. It's like you're pushing a heavy car. At the start, you have to push. But once the momentum, once the compound interest kicks in, that car will just keep on rolling. And I had to end it, and I had to incorporate number 5, which is, above all, your soul is the most important thing. As a Christian, I believe in the Bible. The Bible says, what good will it be to gain the whole world, gain everything in the world, but lose your soul in the process? This means that although we are put on this earth to be conquerors, to have dominion, to have influence, and to have resources, and all of the above, it is not worth gaining those things but losing your sanity, your peace, your integrity, your purpose, your character along the way. Selling your soul can come in different forms. It can come in that one thing that that company is telling you to do. Yeah, you just say that thing, or don't say that thing, and yeah, we will pay that sponsorship. Yeah, you just wear that certain thing and just push this certain agenda, and we will pay you a sponsorship. Nothing on this earth is worth losing your soul. Whether it's money, whether it's fame, whether it's women, whether it's getting attention, whatever it is, nothing on this earth is worth losing your soul in order to acquire. That is 5 things that I've learned at age 23. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button and subscribe for more content like this, where it's just literally plug and play. Camera, boom, talk, post, boom, let's go. I hope you benefited from it, and if you did, please leave a comment.